This could be an extremely interesting video. No one? No one? Okay, I'll shut up. Greetings, people of the interwebs. It's Dan here, and welcome to my 2016 Extreme Rules WWE pay-per-view predictions video, where I give you the predictions for all the matches on the card, and even give you some angles for a couple of the matches that WWE could book going forward. So, I'm not going to waste any time. Without further ado, let's just get into the match card. So, getting into the first match on the card, the one and only scheduled pre-show match, although, as we saw at Payback, nothing is guaranteed to be scheduled, because there are some matches that are listed on the main card that could go up in the pre-show, but the only scheduled pre-show match is Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a no disqualification match. Baron Corbin has to win. He just can't keep losing to Dolph. I mean, Dolph is already pretty much dead and buried in the WWE. I mean, Baron Corbin can't keep losing to him. I feel like Corbin needs to win this match to gain enough momentum in order to push his career forward. Dolph, I feel like he needs to just leave, go off to another promotion for a couple of years, come back, get his momentum back, and then get a big push. Next up is Kalisto versus Rusev. However you say that, in a singles match, no major extreme stipulation, but the match is for the United States Championship. I feel like Rusev should win this, because when you think about it, here's an angle that WWE could book. John Cena is coming back in about a week. He's coming back not the night after Extreme Rules, but the Raw after that is when he's scheduled to come back. You never know, he could make a surprise appearance at Extreme Rules, or maybe a surprise appearance the night after Extreme Rules, I don't know. But he's scheduled to come back on the May 30th Memorial Day episode of Raw. So, you could have Rusev win the United States Championship, keep insulting America on Monday Night Raw and SmackDown, and then you could have John Cena come back on Memorial Day. How fitting, right? A day honoring America's veterans. Rusev could be talking some trash about America and the military, and then all of a sudden you hear, doom, 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 and then here he comes down the ramp, you can't see me, the champ is here, Fruity Pebbles, etc. But then John Cena can come back and he can start another rivalry with Rusev over the United States Championship, so I feel like that's how it should go. Rusev to win, and then start another rivalry with John Cena when he gets back. Next up is a Tornado Texas tag match, Texas Tornado tag match. It's some kind of crazy stipulation tag match between the Usos and the Club, aka the Bullet Club. Just have Finn Balor debut and rename them the Balor Club, please. But for now, they're just called the Club, and that's the dumbest name in the tag division today. But I feel like, you know, they haven't treated the Club rightfully on TV lately, so I feel like the Club really need to win this one, because in Japan, like, they were the tag team where when you went up against them, you were pretty much doomed. Like, seriously, they were that tag team in Japan. And they haven't been treated like that at all. Not even close in WWE so far since they came back. You know, they've lost to the Usos. They've lost to the Usos on free TV. The Usos. They're good in-ring performers, but they're one of the worst tag teams in WWE right now. So, I feel like the Club need to win this one. End of story. Club are going to win. Next up is the New Day versus the Vaudevillains for the WWE Tag Team Championships. In a perfect world, I'd like to see the New Day drop the titles and the Vaudevillains win, but Vince McMahon, the man who runs the show, has gone on record as saying that he thinks the Vaudevillains gimmick is stupid, and he regrets ever calling them up to the main roster. So what's the point of him trying to put the belts on them? So I think New Day are going to retain, unfortunately enough. I feel like they're going to retain and run with it all the way till SummerSlam, and hopefully Enzo and Cass will be back by then, and then maybe they can drop the belts to Enzo and Cass or something like that. I don't know. Because literally, I don't see another tag team in WWE right now that is suitable for them to drop it to, apart from Enzo and Cass or the Club. But the Club isn't in a good enough spot right now. They're battling the Usos on a pay-per-view, alright? They're not in a good enough spot to be going for the tag titles. So New Day's going to retain. It's just, yeah, it's probably not going to be that great of a match. They're probably just going to dominate the whole time. I personally find the New Day annoying, so I honestly really want the gimmick to be dropped, and I want them to drop the titles, but hey, that's just me. Next, we have Dean Ambrose versus Chris Jericho in a never-before-seen Asylum match made up by Dean Ambrose, and I'm expecting to see like a barbed wire baseball bat and, you know, a flamethrower and a chainsaw and, you know, all this other kind of crazy stuff, but, like, the most dangerous weapon I saw up there was, like, a barbed wire 2x4, and the barbed wire looked weak as well. Like, you could just shake it off the end real easy, and it would just be a normal 2x4, but there were things like a mop, a potted plant. Like, it looked dumb whenever it debuted on Raw. It didn't look good. So I don't think it's going to be that entertaining of a match, but I honestly feel like Dean Ambrose has to win. Because, I mean, it's his match, and he's on the promo poster. Like, here, let me scroll up to the top here. Look, Dean Ambrose, focus camera, Dean Ambrose is on the promotional poster. How can he lose his own match when he's on the promotional poster for the pay-per-view? That makes no sense. So I feel like Dean Ambrose just kind of has to win, first off, because he needs to gain momentum. Secondly, he can't lose to Jericho again. He won at Payback as well. So I feel like Dean Ambrose just needs to win in that one. So yeah, Dean Ambrose to win, final answer. Next up, we have Charlotte versus Natalya for the Divas Championship. And at the end of the day, I see Charlotte retaining. Another angle that WWE could book after Charlotte wins is they could take this all the way up to SummerSlam. They could have her going back to her feud with Sasha and Becky again. And then, just before SummerSlam, maybe the Raw after Money in the Bank or something, they could have Bayley debut and get involved with this. And then maybe, like, team with Becky and Sasha or something like that, and they all want to go against Charlotte, but then, like, Shane and Stephanie schedule a fatal four-way at SummerSlam between Bayley, Sasha, Charlotte, and Bayley for the Women's Championship, the four horsewoman of NXT in a fatal four-way at a WWE pay-per-view at SummerSlam. That'd be insane in my opinion. That's just me. But yeah, right now, for now, I see Charlotte retaining. First off, Natalya, I don't think Natalya is a formidable enough opponent for Charlotte to go up against for the title. And also, like, these submissions, because it's a submission match, by the way, the two submissions that they use, Charlotte using the figure eight, of course, and then Natalya, of course, using the sharpshooter, they're both leg-based submissions, and Natalya can't sell a bum leg to save her life. So, and they're both going to be going after each other's legs, and then, as I said, Natalya can't sell a bum leg to save her life. So, yeah, I'm kind of just going to go for Charlotte to retain. Probably going to be a rather dominant match. And also, Ric Flair's barred from ringside, so I feel like this could open up a little bit of this could maybe put a light in Charlotte's head, like, wow, I can do it without my dad, and then maybe Ric Flair continues to help her, and she's seeing it, and he's helping her win again, and then she maybe, like, goes against her dad and, like, beats him up or something like that. I think that'd be cool. But anyway, Charlotte to retain. And then the co-main event of the night. This has potential to be the match of the night. It is the fatal four-way for the IC title between Cesaro, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, and The Miz. The Miz, of course, is the current IC champion. You know, I don't want The Miz to retain. I hate The Miz. A lot of people say that he's like the best heel in the company, but there's a difference between booing because you're a good heel and booing because people are just sick of you. Like, there's a difference there. So I don't want The Miz to retain. You know, I want Cesaro to win, but I feel like the WWE doesn't think that he's ready yet for a title like the IC title, which I think Cesaro is completely ready. I feel like he should have the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, but that's just me. I'm probably thinking too far ahead. But yeah, I feel like Cesaro deserves it. But if not, I feel like Kevin Owens should win it again. But Cesaro is the best candidate out of the four, because Miz is the current champion. I mean, think about that. Miz is the current champion. Kevin Owens has already held the title. And also, if someone else wins, he could come back at the Authority saying, oh, well, you know, also the other stipulation in my contract was that it had to be a one-on-one rematch, blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, that could start up another thing between Kevin Owens and the members of the Authority. And, you know, like I said, Kevin's already held the title. Miz is the current champion. Sami Zayn, I feel like, is a little bit too fresh still, because I believe his main roster debut was the IC title ladder match at Mania 32. So I don't feel like he's quite ready. I feel like he's too fresh to be going after a major title like the IC title. But yeah, I mean, I feel like Cesaro is the only logical choice here. And he could just get the title and just run with it. WWE should just take the chance, go with the experiment, put the belt on Cesaro, and let him go with it, because he's incredible. He's technically gifted. He's got incredible in-ring ability. He's one of the strongest guys in the company, and he can cut a promo. Vince doesn't think he can cut a good promo, but trust me, he's a good trash talker. I've seen it. So yes, I think Cesaro should win, but if Cesaro doesn't win, I'd want Kevin Owens. And now the main event of the night is AJ Styles versus Roman Reigns for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Big shock there. You know, I usually like to be different. You know, I like to be different. Yes, which is exactly why I'm still going for Roman Reigns. Sucks, doesn't it? Being a WWE fan nowadays, with a horrible babyface being shoved down your throats non-stop that everyone but Vince McMahon knows ought to turn heel. It's not fun. Anyway, yep, Roman Reigns to retain. Styles is probably going to dominate most of the match, and then one spear from Reigns, and then bang, 1, 2, 3. He's going to win. Yes, hooray, wonderful. I'm going to put in one more thing before I end the video. I want AJ Styles to win, but I know Roman Reigns is going to win, because Vince McMahon is not going to put the title around the King of the Indies and Mr. TNA. He's not going to give Mr. TNA the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. He's not going to do it. Yeah, anyway, if you disagree with any of the results that I picked for any of these matches, let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, and also while you're down there, don't forget to hit that little red subscribe button so you get email and text alerts every time I upload a new video. And on that note, I shall see you at a later date. Farewell.